voluntarily subscribed to Obamacare. So I want to give you due credit on that end. I also want to give credit to the organizers of the event for planning the breakout evening on Valentine's Day. Meaning that they had so little faith in all of us getting dates that they could do it February 14th. That, or I completely misread that, and maybe there was some great free market, free love type thing going on after hours. I don't know. There might have been a swingers party. Yeah, I heard a couple from there. Good. I went to bed early. I'm glad to hear you guys did well. So, international Students for Liberty. That's awesome. I'm from a part of the country where more people think they've been abducted by aliens than own passports. So, this is charming for me. How many of you are from out of the country? Who's visiting from outside the United States? That's good. That's wonderful. Thank you for coming. I wasn't sure how many of you, that's a decent proportion, and I was kind of afraid that it was going to be like every single person was American and then one Canadian, so there'd be like Students for Liberty and Bert. But I'm glad to see that it's International Students for Liberty. That's fantastic. Who's visiting from Canada? Anybody? Yes, the one Canadian! Yes, I was in Toronto recently, which is wonderful. You all should visit. Toronto's the fake capital of Canada. It's like, imagine New York if PBS ran New York. That's basically Toronto, which is wonderful. Anybody from Australia? Yes, one Australian. Interesting fact about Australia, they actually lost their prime minister a few years ago. This is like, he literally just went swimming and never came back. We should all be so lucky. Although I think it'd be awesome if he rolled back in one day. Like if he just walked in and he's like, all right, it's been about 20 years. Cleared my head. I think I'm going to be Prime Minister again. It'd be pretty awesome. Is anybody visiting from the United Kingdom? No, that's good. Here's why. English people irritate me. Not for why you think they would irritate me. They irritate me because they sound smarter than I do. And that really pisses me off. Particularly when I'm arguing with people. If I'm arguing with an English friend, they naturally sound more eloquent and articulate than I do. And that's horrifying. If Barack Obama were Patrick Stewart, we'd all be dead right now. Although I will give due deference to our Commander-in-Chief. He did win a Nobel Peace Prize for not being George W. Bush. So we should all be so nominated. Well done, us. Most of you probably flew in from other locations, I'm guessing, yeah? Did you enjoy your ability to now use your phone on a plane and your Kindle? Everybody took advantage of that? Yeah, that was awesome. One of my friends was worried about that when that happened. He was like, well, won't that interfere with the navigational equipment? And I was like, well, they've been using the honor system for 14 years. So I would think it's, like, I don't remember any part of my childhood where they were like, okay, now we're going to be taking off, so if you could put your revolvers underneath the seat on safety, we trust you that much. I don't think that would happen. It makes me question the efficacy of the TSA and everything associated with it. What do you guys think about the NSA? You like them? No. I kind of do, because I'm a narcissist, and I like attention, and I'm glad they're going through my records. That makes me feel good on a regular basis. What I am horrified by, though, is this is true, by the way, the Library of Congress has purchased all tweets in perpetuity. If you tweet, that is in the Library of Congress, and that should horrify you. Because that means future archaeologists are going to understand our century based on all of the asinine crap you put on the internet. In the 21st century, people hated Mondays. But they loved Fridays and memes of cats. We will be understood through memes. It'll be like the broken pottery of the 21st century. Rather horrifying on all of that stuff. So I used to work for Congress. I'm sorry, and I will probably not do so again. It would be tough. I'm an independent. I imagine many of you are. I am not a Republican, although I am ethnically Republican. On both sides of the family, I was conceived in a country club. I look like I'm giving a Bleach commercial right now. I'm aware of all of that. My problem with the Republican Party is that, as a whole, the party is very concerned about pot and gays and foreigners, all of which make for excellent parties, in my opinion. I don't think they should be that worried about it. I think they're all good. And just out of curiosity, because we're all friends here, we've all gotten to know each other, by show of hands, who here occasionally enjoys smoking pot? You got off easy this time. I like that. So you all were the Colorado, Washington delegation? Usually when I do that, there's one guy that goes like, yes, damn it, because I managed to get him on film and ruin his career forever. Well, I don't smoke pot. I think you guys probably should. I'm all in favor of that. But I'm weirded out by that. I think it's odd that old Republicans react to pot the same way Nosferatu reacts to garlic. I don't understand the logic there. Like, mow your lawn, don't shoot anybody, and then I don't care what you do. Have lots of fun. I can't be a Democrat, though. Thank you. We'll do... Here's how we should look at me tonight, okay? We should envision me as like half libertarian Steve Colbert, half Tony Robbins. How about that? So you can just feel free to applaud uproariously whenever you agree with me. I'll take laughter or applause or Bitcoin. So whatever you. I've switched over. I was using the liquor standard prior to this evening, but we used Bitcoin for a while. I tried being a Democrat, and I wasn't any good at being a Democrat because, you know, the Republicans don't like pot, but the Democrats hate that other thing. What do you call that? Success. They can't stand that stuff. How much money did he earn? $1 million? Tax him and tax him again when he's dead. SOB, creating jobs. We'll teach him. I find it weird that when gas prices go up, progressives blame greedy oil companies. Oh, it's the greedy oil companies trying to get our money. When gas prices drop again, nobody ever goes, oh, I guess the oil companies are less greedy this week. I guess Enron's been spending time with its nephew. Must be feeling better about that. To their credit, I do think that Democrats are very open-minded about things they already agree with. If you talk to them about things like entitlement reform or basic math, they're less gung-ho, but they're very broad-minded if you stick to the script. That's just wonderful. There are good people across the spectrum, though. I think we're all kind of the pro-liberty group, which is good. But, you know, there are good people on all sides of the spectrum. I'm going to reveal something to you. This is true, by the way. I lost my virginity to a socialist. Or, if she's right, to all of you collectively. Thank you. Last month was crazy. It was truly a weird time. I've since tried explaining to her why I have such a visceral aversion to big government. And this is new. I tried explaining it like this. Imagine a giant human resources department with guns. That's horrifying. Now, I realize that many of you are in college, so you probably have not dealt with a human resources department yet. You don't know what that type of bureaucracy is. So here's an analogy for you. I want you to imagine the Death Star, only boring. The federal government is a boring Death Star. And I just want it to be small enough to keep in a shoebox. I want a compact Death Star. And so what does that make me? A libertarian. I am, yay! Yeah, libertarians! Fiscally conservative, socially irresponsible. We're like Republicans who throw awesome parties. Or Democrats who are economically literate. It's the best of both worlds. Where I do think that we turn up poor, that we're lacking in is there's no good libertarian video games. Like you can't, anybody tried to play Risk, the game of global conquest as Ron Paul? That doesn't work. You won't invade Kamchatka, and I will reduce tariffs. How about SimCity? Anybody ever tried to play SimCity as a libertarian? That was the most boring Saturday of my life. All right, I'm going to begin my city, and I'm done. I'm going to let the free market handle this one. Reason for me to be a statist about Heatonville or wherever that is. So I'm visiting you from New York. I'm a stand-up comedian and a writer up there. I'm not from New York originally. I'm from Oklahoma. Anybody from Oklahoma? Yeah? Where are you from? Oklahoma City? I'm from Edmond. We'll get drunk afterwards. That sounds good. So we're from Oklahoma, the Canada of Texas. A wonderful place to be from. I'm not from there anymore. Now I live in Brooklyn on the corner of Hipster and Violent Death. If you visit me in Brooklyn,